after speaking about that, I thought I would record the next section. This looks slightly better than the section just below, but I did shake my confidence a little bit on that last one, and it's always I'm always cautious after that because, you know, it's just loose stuff. There we go, rough. It's like quite big boulders, quite steep. Oh, bugger. Bad again. Get up. Oh, God. It doesn't stop. This is... Bash plate's getting a money worth out of this section. I'm almost there, I think. At least for the uphill bit. Lost it. Okay. Now, starting again here is going to be more tricky. It's going to have to be slow. Usually, because the shale is quite loose, is actually a good thing sometimes for traction, because as soon as you've cleared the top end, it's actually relatively solid underneath. So providing I can get a little bit of momentum, you can kind of get going again. Famous last words. Don't know about this. Tricky again out of this one. Nah. I might have to. Sometimes you can kind of stay on 2 feet and kind of control the slide until traction kicks. But yeah, it is very loose here. Problem with traction is, I guess, is like you get traction and then you lose again. So again, it's very hard to build that momentum. Like, I'm almost past this little section. No. Okay. Okay. I'm into a new section that might help. Sort of. Let's go, come on. I think I can smell the clutch, so I better need to be careful. I'm almost out of this section actually. I think that bit there looks slightly better. Is that clutch or rubber I can smell? Maybe it's rubber. I shouldn't have stopped. I mean, always the way is like you've got that split second decision of like potentially risking losing the back completely and going into crash, or taking the stop and then being in this situation. Anyway, still standing up. I take it as a 1. Whoop, that's okay. Give it. Day 2. I had to take a bit of a break. Want filtered water again. I mean, I've drank filtered water on trips before. I always feel more at rest doing it in the UK than I do drinking it in foreign countries. That's not really logical because the water surely is worse in other places, but I think you just get that paranoia of like no water is safe unless it's out of a tap and or it's been, I don't know, politics. But taking some water out of the stream, I think the only thing you have to worry about there sometimes is something dead on the stream, but it'll be fine. But yeah, I took a break. I'm just on the bottom end of the Peak District, following the TET as it is, and have just tackled a pretty difficult uphill section. Maybe not quite as difficult as the downhill I had yesterday, but a lot of loose rock and some steps and sort of having to change path quite a bit. I did it bar near the top. I did it in one take, which made it much easier. I think I would have struggled to get going again if I stalled. And fair play to the 790. I give the bike itself credit. It does such a good job of kind of lugging and finding traction where traction isn't there. You know, those tires are, you know, 70-30s or whatever, or 30-70s, sorry, more road biased. So the bike is doing the work, trying to figure out like where it can get traction from, and you can kind of feel that. And some people say, oh, it cuts the power and so on. But if you've got power, too much power, you're going to spin, then you're immediately going to stall. So I think KTM electronics are great in that regard, and I don't think I would have got up that hill otherwise, apart from obviously an actual suitable bike, like a dirt bike or something. I did see a sign that there is... It was kind of confusing, like they did a good job of kind of laying something out, but there's a bridge ahead is closed due to the water level being high, and I suggest an alternative route. But I don't know whether I can opt into that alternative route or not, so I've kind of committed myself on this route, knowing that I might need to turn back. I don't like the idea of having to turn back based on what I've just done. It'll be slightly easier downhill maybe than it has just been uphill, but even so, you're always, when you go up something difficult, you're always thinking, oh, what if I need to come back? So that's in the back of my mind. But yeah, proper adventure. I can still see I can mostly see hills ahead and just a corner that is uphill in and of itself, but this part of the route is in better condition than what I just passed. So who knows what I'll encounter between now and the water river obstacle. I went earlier on, I did a fairly innocuous smallish section, coming again, kind of crossing over into the Lake District area, and going through you know, all you can see is a water crossing, start of a water crossing, and you know, you don't know how long it's going to go on for. I was like, well, it's been alright so far, the road's kind of in okay condition, I'll keep going. And immediately the water went to like at least halfway up the bike, you know, it was one of those things where it dipped and it had a fairly substantial incline within the dip to get back out. Again, I was kind of relying on the bike there to not stall, keep traction, you know, smooth and steady, and it did exactly that. And you know, luckily there was a little bit of shale and rock underneath, but not enough to throw the bike off. And the bike hasn't been kind of too is good at holding a line. I talked a little bit yesterday about the steering dampener, and I don't know if that's the reason, but it does do a really good job of holding a line. And I do find that even over 2 days, my off-road skills are increasing. You know, I feel more comfortable in most sections, and you kind of get an exponential rise in what you feel capable for. Confidence is a big part of off-road riding, because as soon as you feel less confident, you start you know, not going for it. That's not a good thing off-road, but you have to stay within your skill. It's kind of this weird cycle when you're kind of a beginner or intermediate, where it's hard to get it right. So kind of crossing that threshold is good and important, and I kind of recognise all that. So yeah, like I say, I'm doing okay. And just for reference, this is the difficult section I was just talking about. It extends all the way down there and around the corner to a similar gradient for kind of both steps. So you come around and kind of commit again. And like, the reason it's difficult for me is these rocks are, you know, quite big and also kind of quite small. So I think I came up this side. Would have been better on that side, but like, changing lanes because of the kind of you know, fairly stony middle section. You can't really change directions, you're better to commit as you are. So I think I stopped maybe just here, just short of the crest up here, and as a result it did stop, didn't slide backwards. You know, always a bit of a risk of dropping it when that happens, and reset smoothly, got rolling again, got enough drive, and you know, it's not so bad here, so I was able to complete. But yeah, I mean, it was quite difficult to go in the direction you should. So yeah, Again, the bike does great. Searching for the grip. Maybe I open the gate now. Just assuming I'm going to get up there. Also give a chance for the bike to cool down a little bit. Get this one right. Ready, please. Okay. That's a particularly challenging kind of intersection, because even if I did make it up a little bit further, I'll still have to stop in a slight dodgy slope. Oh. Right hand drop. It really is struggling at the back. Do with another break, but break all the way up here. I feel like maybe I've done enough TET today, to be fair. Right, so this time I need to actually get momentum. I can't just two-foot it the whole way on this route. It's a pain in the ass. A bit safer, but I'm being a bit hard on the bike. There's traction here, so I need to make the most of it. Well, I say traction, not massive boulders. So if I can hold this line, and the thing as well, it's hard to get it first. And you want to be in second really, because that's where the smoothness is. And first, just too jumpy. And then you're having to overwork the clutch to compensate for that, and it's just like, but I'm not getting enough speed to get in second yet, so get momentum, I need to get it like literally within the first next spot. Otherwise, there's no way I'm doing this up this little bit. Have to turn around. Do I just give up? Getting there. Like I can do it, just not getting anywhere near the momentum I need. If I go into the, I get into the corner, but then it goes up slow again, so I'm not even gaining momentum after the section, because I still need to turn, which means the back will throw itself out immediately. won't see anyway. And I've already had to save it like 4 times. Too much. I did a bit of a scout ahead, and that corner itself is pretty horrible, and then beyond it's like more the same of this. So I just don't think I can go up there. It's like it is me, but also like I think it's just one of those things where these tires, they're just not getting enough grip. And I think if I had off-road tires, I'd be getting that initial bite, and then even if I was going maybe a tiny bit faster than I was, it's just kind of this downward slope. So really I don't think it's wise going any further. I really didn't want to turn back because going down is not fun either, based on what I've already committed to get this far. But it is what it is. My next challenge is getting the bike turned, which is another job I hate, especially on a very steep hill. Don't know what the tip is here. I usually watch the YouTube or something, but I don't think I've ever seen one on how to turn a bike on a very steep hill. People talk about like pivot turning. I've done it myself in a couple of situations, but on a really steep gradient, it's nearly impossible to get the weight that's lower higher on a heavy bike. Pivot turning just doesn't really work, and you're gonna, I don't know, it's not that you're gonna drop it anyway, but you're not doing the stand any favors. And you're probably going to drop it anyway. So the question here is, do I drop it on purpose and just pull it round and like just sacrifice the idea that I'm better to have a controlled drop than pretending that I'm not going to drop it? I mean, almost certainly will drop it, because as soon as I let it off, I'm not going to have control. It's like on a super steep gradient, and the back's going to immediately go, and the brake's just going to slide. The weight's going to go against me. I'm going to drop it. I think I'm going to have to put it on its side and drag turn it. Oh well, a few more scratches on the bike. That's what it's all about. I mean, this stand is at the AXP. Does a slightly better job than stock of like tilting the tank away from the ground, and therefore you're slightly less likely to scratch the tank. I mean, will it even be easy if I drag it? I think it will, because it'll just naturally want to go once it's down. Right. I could arguably use the bank itself to stop the bike, but effectively the same thing. That's what was going to happen. I mean, that's what was going to happen. Dropped it on the wrong side. I wanted to drop it on this side ideally. And the bags will have saved the exhaust. It's just not as hard to tilt from this end, I don't think. I didn't hear anything break. Question is what I'm at. dragging a peg or something the wrong way, would end up snapping off. So I want to lift as much as possible. Bit of an update there, bit of a drama. I don't know, I think my video probably didn't even capture the drop. But I dropped it up there. Well, I didn't drop it while it was moving, just dropped it, you know, kind of controlled drop to try to get it back turned around again, which I kind of suspected would happen. And then it was a bloody faff getting it lifted because of the weight of the back and the angle it was at. So it took me a fair bit of energy just to get the bloody thing turned. I got it turned, and now I'm having to commit to the downhill, and I'm still on it. Had a good chat with a fella who's up on his DRZ, didn't catch his name there, but he's trying the section that I failed at right now. I've only freaked him out by speaking about it. I listened to the sound of it made it. He's a DRZ. He's got better tires than I do, maybe that'll help. But yeah, like I say, I'm recommitted to this downhill. I'm not going to attempt the uphill again. So we'll see how it goes. I don't want to leave it too late. I'm gonna, oh yes, nice. You can see he's made it over the crest. So he is going to make it. Fair play. Nice. Yeah, get down this hill, hopefully, and go from there. Okay, it wasn't actually as bad on the way down for that bit. And I can see kind of normal off-road ahead. One of those things, I might have got up that in one go. I didn't. I'm gonna have a break from the TET today. Probably start from a different section tomorrow and go from there.